Joining us in studio right now, our good friend Bobby Hansen from the BBB. You're brought along a gentleman by the name of Dan Bright. We'll introduce you to him momentarily, but good to see you again, our friend. And we need to talk about some scams first and foremost this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Lou. Breaking news, there's a crazy virus that's in the computer world out there called Petya. It's almost the second version of what's going on. It started out with WannaCry over in Europe, and then just at the beginning of the week, this Petya 1 infected some major companies. And if you get a red screen when you open up your computer, it attacks Microsoft Windows operating systems. You pretty much, don't pay them the ransomware. They've taken down the PayPal site, the Bitcoin site that you were getting paid at. So Petya, if you see anything, it infects your computer by opening up attachments. So if you don't recognize the attachments, just delete it.
What can you do if you open up your computer and it's red? Are you out of luck?
Yeah, you might check with a computer retailer or someone that can maybe help you out a little bit. But the most important thing is update your malware software, your virus, your antivirus software, and it should take care of that.
Okay. Because they're saying a lot of these could have been prevented if people were just staying on top of updating their computers regularly. But they're also saying just make sure you back everything up on your computer so they can't threaten you with saying we took all your information. Well, I have a backup, so I can just put it right back on.
Encrypt your files. They take all your files, and you can't open them up. So hopefully businesses back them up in the cloud, or you've got an external backup system. Good point.
Good, smart advice this morning.
All right, so what are we talking about here this morning then, beside that virus?
Yeah, that just happened to be kind of breaking news and I think relevant for people out there. But we brought along one of our great employees. He's celebrating a 1-year anniversary. Dan Bright came to us as a business relation executive. He's Spanish speaking. He comes from Panama. He has the ability to communicate with business owners out there that are bilingual, as Dan is. So he's got a community outreach program that we want to talk about this morning.
That works. All right. So what can we learn from the outreach program that you have?
Well, what I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of talk a little bit about that Spanish ability that we have. So anyone that struggles with English as maybe a second language, we want to make sure that they're aware that we do provide the services available from the Better Business Bureau for consumers as well as for business owners. We want to make sure that they understand what we offer as a benefit. As a business owner, we are there to make sure that they succeed in the Iowa marketplace. As consumers, we want to make sure that they know that they have rights available to be able to address and communicate with businesses in our marketplace and make sure that they can get issues resolved. And I'm there to assist in that. I'm there to assist the business in getting things set up, either online, over the phone. Making sure that they understand the process, kind of guide them through it. And then the consumer is the same way. I want to make sure that they can resolve any issues that they might have.
It makes a lot of sense. How popular has this been since you've been there now going on a year?
Well, I have quite a few calls that I do get from Spanish speakers who are interested in finding out what we really are. And that's kind of the big aspect of it is the education factor, is trying to make sure that everybody knows what they can get out of the Better Business Bureau and what benefits are involved. It's a growing market, it's a growing population, and so it's important to be able to address those issues so that everybody has the opportunity.
Do we have any idea how many Spanish-speaking businesses we have in the Des Moines area? Not
an exact figure, it's constantly growing. It is the largest minority in Iowa, and so we need to make sure that we address it as it grows and be able to have that ability.
What's the biggest concern that you found from people that call you when it comes to being able to utilize the services of the BBB?
Well, it's just understanding the actual concept of what the Better Business Bureau is, being able to communicate between businesses and consumers. And so that not only in the mainstream population, but also in the Hispanic community, is understanding exactly what it is that we are. We're a nonprofit organization made up of business owners that support honesty and ethics in the marketplace. And we want to make sure that we can guide consumers in the right direction. Good businesses, the ones that are going to provide good products and services. And so the Hispanic and Latino community is the same way. They want to get good products, good services. They want to know who it is that they can go rely on for any number of services that are out there. And so it's very, very important to be able to educate the community that this is something that's available.
And as you said, make sure they know their voices can be heard too if they have any issues that do pop up. If people want to get in touch with you, Dan, through the Hispanic Outreach, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can communicate either by phone.
Okay.
They can give me a call directly. It's 515-243-8137, extension 304. That comes directly to me. They can also send me an email. It's daniel@dm.bb.org.
Okay, and we know you work with the businesses, but what about consumers? Can consumers get a hold of you trying to find other businesses that will be able to communicate with them?
Yes, I'm fluent in both English and Spanish, so any communication that they might have, if they're inquiring about wanting to find out about a business, I can help them with that. Help explain it, what we have on file for companies so that they understand how we rate a company, and also if they just want to find out more. Let's say they do have a complaint, assist them in the process of doing that.
All right, so their voice can be heard.
Their voice can be heard.
That's perfect.
Wonderful. Just another great aspect of what the BBB does on a regular basis.
Yeah, Jackie,
Bobby.
and also in the same vein of scams, the immigration coming in, we're getting more and more refugees that come in. They're getting scammed. They're getting scammed by people out there. Somehow they're getting their information and holding them hostage for money along the immigration vein. So give Dan a call there at the BBB, and he can help walk them through that. Don't be scared by these people.
Well, we try to educate the community every single day about the great work that the BBB is doing on a regular basis. If people out there have questions, how can they get those answered?
Yeah, first, as Dan said, call 243-8127 or 800-222-1600, 243-8137. Easily, go to bbb.org. That's www.bbb.org. Surf around a little bit. If not, then call us at 243-8137, and we will answer your questions.
All right, it sounds like language is not a barrier.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not anymore. We got Dan on board.
Wonderful. Very nice to meet you, Dan. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much. It is 7:49, and we will be right back.